I'm CK. Today we've got a module from Farbfolder, and they're out of Germany, and I have not done any of their modules before. This is their making sound machines, and it is an analog waveshaper. Waveshapers are always fun. Though I will say, looking at the amount of parts I can see in the bag, I think it's got a lot of surface mount already installed. Could be wrong about that, but we'll see in a second. And I hope you enjoy the video. Here's the bag. Kit was packed by Making Sound Machines out of Dusseldorf, Germany, and there's a contact information. Picked this up from fonk.co.uk, as I do many of my modules. Let's get this thing open. Oh, actually, what is going on here? Oh, I didn't know this was taped together. I don't know what's in here. I guess this bag just has the instructions, and we got a new sticker. It's a big sticker. Put that up on the sticker wall. And here's the user's guide. Okay, good. But let's see what's in the actual package. Look at that! I opened the bag without using a machete. Maybe. Don't get overconfident. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, okay. So as you can see, it's mostly surface mount, all pre-installed. Looks like we've got a power connector, a pot, jack to put on. So not too much excitement for the build. And this is Rev B, February 2023. So it's less than a year old. We've got some, I can't read these part numbers on these SMT chips. Looks like LEDs here though, that's for sure. And we'll look at the panel. This is translucent, and we've got inputs, pots for color and fold, and then looks like CV for bias and fold, and in and out. It's got the number 5 on it. I don't know why. Maybe Speed Racer wanted this module. Oh, in here we've got something. I wonder what we got in here, all wrapped up in anti-static plastic. I can't imagine what we'd have in here. We have... Oh, I see what this is, I think. Yeah, this is a deflector so the LEDs don't bleed over onto each other. That's an interesting idea. And let me look at it. Because I thought it might be 3D printed, but there's not the striations, there's not the layers and layers. So that's actually molded. And a power connector. And in here we've got what we just went over. Four jacks, 2 pots, some knobs. Knobs are okay. They're at least keyed knobs, so we don't have to worry about getting them the index markers all going in the same direction, or do that automatically. So that's pretty much it. So I'm going to get the soldering iron heated up for about, I don't know, 12 minutes worth of soldering and assembly maybe. And then we'll put it in the rack and we'll play with it, and that's probably worth more than anything. Oh wait, we've got one more thing. We've got a little Farbfolder plate, which I don't know why I'd want that, but we have it. So getting the soldering iron heated up, back in a minute or two. And guess what? I'm not going to be looking for a build guide. The other thing I will... Wait a minute guys. Where's the power connector? They didn't give me a power connector. Well, that's no good. You saw everything I got out of the bag, and it doesn't have a power header. So I have to make one. That's okay. That'll add another couple of minutes to the build. So these are both 100K pots. Actually, I'm going to do that right now because I can't put the front panel on. I'm going over to my bench stock. I've got some spare dual line pin headers. If you're going to make more than 1 or 2 kits a year, I strongly recommend one of the first things you buy as a for your extra supplies is strips of pin headers, male and female. They will do you very well. Now this is a two deep pin header, so I need a different pair of pliers to cut it. One a little deeper. Going over to toolbox number 2. I actually took a hacksaw and cut these two apart to get the right size, and my water heater just turned on, so there'll be some background noise, but I did want to just go through this because the visuals are more important than the words. So let's do one pin here. Make sure it's all flat. It's flat enough. There's that. Now we'll press the pots on. Now set the jacks in place. That's good. Put the light deflector or protector in. There are little notches cut in the circuit board so the little legs fit on there. Now we'll drop the front panel on. Take one of the panel nuts and put it on here just finger tight. Everything's staying in place. Flip it over for the whole side. Everything's staying in place. And I'll solder all these pins. That's all the soldering. Now we'll put the rest of the panel nuts on. Now we'll put the knobs on. Plug the power cable in. The red stripe goes where it says red, which is nice. And there we go. That's it. Very, very, very quick build. There's the front, the side, the back, other side, top, and bottom. And now I'll get it set up in the rack and we'll shape some waves. And we're in the rack. Let's power this thing up. I expect to see some flashing LEDs. But I didn't get any flashing LEDs. I wonder why. So the scope, I'm sorry, let me set this to roll. The scope is showing the original signal from my LFO is the top or yellow line. The wave-shaped one is the magenta or bottom line. Let me close this up. Wow, it's really, unless I've got that wrong. Okay, so I'm sending a triangle wave from the LFO in, and we're getting that shape out. Let's do some stuff. Let's turn this up. Oh, look at that. Look at what it does with the color. Interesting. And again, this is just a simple wave coming from the LFO. Now let's do a fold. And it does that. Let me see if I can. It's doing that. That's pretty neat. Even though it's interesting that even with it all the way down, it doesn't replicate the triangle wave. It's already kind of whatevered. I'm going to switch this to square wave and see what we got there. That's just a regular square wave pulse coming out. And it'll do that to a square wave. And we can add some folding to that. Gets all wacky, doesn't it? Okay, the next thing we're going to do, because we're that kind of people, we're going to put some audio through it. Let's see. What do I have coming up? What audio do I... Oh, that's because that's still the pulse. Never mind, I got to put an audio signal in if we want to see audio. So that's what we've got going in, and now we'll do some changes. I'm going to change to I'm not getting what I'm expecting here. Oh, I'm sorry, I screwed up. I want this to go into here. This is the original signal. So you might have seen a camera cut. It's because I was doing that. So now you can see the triangle wave coming in, and the fold. I'm taking all the fold out. Now we'll just do color. Now I'll do some folding. Now we've got both coming in. Go down an octave. And now I'm going to add some LFO action to something or other. I'm going to put it in bias right now. That's with a pulse. That's with a square wave. You can see it changing on the bottom scope trace. We can change, make that faster. Now I'm going to put that in fold. So that's pretty neat. I'm going to do one other thing here. I'm going to do both bias and fold. I'm going to take the built-in all the way out. Unless that's a limit. I think that's a limit. So I think best is to leave it about there. I'm going to come out from another waveform. We'll go to the PWM. Wow, that's really, looks like it, I'm not sure that's doing what I expected it to do. We'll go back to a sine wave. So LFO input is pretty neat, but I'm almost more interested in and you'll notice it doesn't draw much power, 34 milliamps. Peak was 65. So that's what it does. It's a good sound shaper, makes some interesting noises. Interesting to see what it would do, what it did to the straight triangle wave coming out of the LFO that you could make interesting things with. So a very, very quick build. As you saw, you just need to find a power pin header to put the thing together, and it sounds fun. I can see a lot of uses for this one, and I hope you enjoyed the video.